Hey everybody, how's it going? On today's video, we are going to be talking about Heretical Fishing 3. This is an audiobook I just recently finished, and series has just been straight amazing. I'm loving it. Can't wait to talk about this. Fair warning, there will be probably some spoilers. I will try not to spoil massive things, but just by talking about book 3, there might be some spoilers. So that is the fair warning. I will have a link in the description of this video to the audiobook on Audible. This is a website, and you can go ahead and check it out there and read the summary from the author. But let's go ahead and dive in and talk a little bit of the details about Heretical Fishing Book 3. This is by Halak Jobson, performed by Heath Miller, and the audiobook length is 19 hours and 8 minutes. If you don't already know, this is a book about cool times of fishing, and you're following a character that his name is Fisher. He has been isekai'd by Truckun into this new world, and he, throughout all these books to this point, has been gaining power, influence, chilling people out, having adventures, getting some animal pals, doing cuddle puddles, and getting a girlfriend. So yeah, there's been a lot since the first book till now. And this is a series also talking about cultivation. And at the beginning of book 1, Fisher becomes a cultivator and just keeps growing in strength as each book continues and goes on. So that's a little bit of some details of book 3. Just trying to get all my thoughts in line. But again, I will have a link in the description of this video so you can get more information on book 3 summary from the author. So today I just want to go ahead and talk about and geek out a lot about Heretical Fishing book 3. I have really loved this series, and every time there is a new book for the series, I just have enjoyed it. Heath Miller does a great job with the narration, and Halak Jobson's writing is just phenomenal, and I've just really enjoyed it, and especially in book 3. So let's go ahead and jump into some of the pros that I have for this third book. The first thing I want to go ahead and point out is this was a great conclusion to a lot of things. If you are someone that has read or listened to book 1 and 2, there has been like a storyline going, and at the end of book 3, it just kind of comes together. It's almost like you could finish with book 3, and if book 3 just ends on just a great note, and it's just like, okay, this could be the entire series for Heretical Fishing book 3. But luckily, that is not the case. As you know, I said at the end, it just could have stopped right then and there because it had a great ending. There is still more to come, and there was a hinted at for the next book. So I'm just really excited for that next book. It should be amazing and just more cuddle puddles and animal pal shenanigan goodness. So yeah. That was like one of the first things I want to say is like just the ending to this book was just amazing, and it kind of like the storyline through 1, 2, and 3 just ended off greatly at the end of this one. The next thing I want to point out for some of my pros is the animal pals. Like I just love as the story goes along that the spirit beast count is just keep going. It keeps growing is what I'm trying to say. And I just love to see all the new characters, new spirit beasts that are introduced, and their powers and their differing things, and each character and their uniqueness that have been introduced into the story. Really love it. And there was just massive amounts, copious amounts of cuddle puddles happening throughout book 3, and I was just gushing and geeking out about it. But yeah, I just thought that was adorable and something just to go ahead and talk about. The next thing I want to point out is something that I really enjoy about this story is the progression of the story. Like I was saying before, it ended really well, and if it was just 3 books, then okay, yeah, it would be sad, but I could see it just ending off really nicely. But fortunately, there's going to be more books, so excited. Um, but yeah, I just really enjoyed the storyline and how everything wove together, and just really enjoyed Haley Jobson's writing, and I thought it was just really easy and to hang on to and just understand. And so yeah, I just really thought it was just great storyline, and how the story progressed and stayed on track, I guess is what I want to try to say. But yeah, really enjoyed that. The next thing is the interesting side characters. Throughout book 1 3, you are introduced to other characters other than the main character, Fisher. You are introduced to some of the spirit beasts and the, their characteristics, their personalities, and other cultivators, other humans that have their personalities. And it never really dives into too much of one specific character, but you just get enough of that character in such a quick dosage that you understand the character more and more without having loads of backstories, hours of backstories, but you just get just that, who this character is very quickly. Like in book 3, there was this side character named Declan, and he was introduced in book 2, and in book 3 he was kind of more flushed out and given some limelight, but not like so much that you needed to like wrap your head around it. It was just a side character that was just kind of like introduced uh, smoothly into the whole story, the overall story. And but yeah, I just really liked all the other characters that kind of came together to make this story just that much better. So yeah, really love the side characters. And there's always been just interesting moments throughout the storyline. It's never gotten kind of like, now we're going to go on a training montage, or now we're going to go on a study or a quiz montage or something, some kind of like boring world building type thing where it's kind of like, okay, well, I guess we have to get through this to make sure the story like is still making sense. There wasn't anything like that. It was always interesting, always moving in such a way that you were just kind of like happy. This was a great slice of life book and series, and it's just always, it kind of never feels to have a dull moment. You're always having a chill moment, and that's just one of the other things that I really liked about this series. And speaking of side characters, in this particular series, or in this particular book, a spirit beast named Rocky. He is a crab that has, he's kind of a prick through book 1 and 2, or when he comes into the picture. And especially in book 3, there was a point of like, I thought he was about to get eliminated from the storyline, but that wasn't the case. And the character kind of had like a, come to Jesus moment with himself, and came back into the story better and more cool, and had such a, as Fisher said in the story, one heck of a glow up. And it was just, it was very funny and very cool to see Rocky's character progress in specifically book 3 of Heretical Fishing. And I just really loved it. And for anybody watching this that is wanting just to know that is this a series that I want to go ahead and jump in on, then I would just say yes. If you like slice of life, cultivator shenanigans, and you'll really love this series. If you like Beware of Chicken, you will like Heretical Fishing. If you like more low key, again, I just go back to the saying slice of life kind of stories, you will enjoy Heretical Fishing, and I highly recommend you check it out. So yeah, those were some of the pros. Cons, really, I am super biased. I really love this series, and the only things that I can really say about cons is if you don't like slice of life, this is more of like, if you don't like this, then this is probably not a story for you. And with these videos, I always want to try to show people like, hey, if this, or get people to save time with not going through a whole book if they're not going to really enjoy it. And then they also save money, but also to if someone finds out that this is a series that they haven't heard of and want to get into, then go ahead and jump into it because it's just an amazing series. So I want to do one of those two things, save you some time and money, or show you a whole new series that you will love and enjoy and just geek out over. All of that happens in Heretical Fishing. But yeah, just cons is just if you don't like slice of life, if you don't like kind of like non really intense moments, you're just kind of like going through the not really the motions, but just going through the storyline. There's no like huge revelations or huge like plot twists. There are some clever kind of clever bends in the story, and it's really great. And if Haylock Jobson's watched this, thank you for all of your writings of Heretical Fishing. I can't wait for book 4. Yeah, you're almost outpacing Casual Farmer. It just seems like they're just going, I think, on book 4, and it's like you're right up there with them. So yeah, there's just again, I love having multiple slice of life little RPGs, and having Heretical Fishing and Beware of Chicken are just one of the ones that are just amazing stories to get into. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say on Heretical Fishing Book 3. It is a great story. It is a great addition to the series, and I really enjoyed this one. And even how it ended with everything kind of like just it's nothing felt rushed. It just was like, oh, and this is the end of kind of like, I guess, a part of the story. Like part 1 is completed. Now let's go on to part 2 of Heretical Fishing's story. So yeah, this is just really great writing, and really highly recommend this if you like slice of life. If you enjoy Heath Miller's narrations, then you will very much enjoy this series. And yeah, also let me know in the comments what you're listening to or reading right now, lit RPG or anything else. I would love to know, and comment and get into a conversation about what you're all reading or listening to. So, without further ado, I'll let you go. And again, I hope you dive into this series if you enjoy it, or at least check it out. Again, I'm going to have a link in the description to book 3 on Audible. So, without further ado, I'll let you all go, and I will talk to you later. All right? Toodles!